Yeah, so what have we been doing over the past months was very much related to polishing together with the 3 domain teams the definition and the descriptions of the properties associated to the concepts that we are proposing as extensions to 403. And that in the 3 areas, so geotechs, structural and systems. And as you would expect, this is a quite a significant effort, back and forth discussions with the experts, domain experts, and this team. And I think we've made great progress. Frankly, it has taken more time than what I had expected, but now that I realize what that is about, feel this is like logical and legitimate we spend that much time on that. So of course, always with the idea to try to map to existing properties as much as we can. And so all in all, in terms of properties related to geotechnics concepts, we are there. On the structural side, we are there in the ratio of 4 to 6 subdomains. And as far as systems, we still have some discussions to have with the domain teams, and again, this mapping exercise to finish. So this is probably going to be taking us to end of Jan, mid-Feb, something like that. And hopefully by the time we should have the decision by ISO relative to 4.3 addendum 2, which will then just necessitates that we of course reconciliate the baseline we work upon with the reconciliate the addendum 2 into the final addendum 2 into our baseline, our development baseline. That said, in parallel to this, we will carry on with those technical support calls to software vendors until June 2024. That's what we are right now organizing, setting up. And of course, there'll be this activity around preparing for what the scope of the 4.4 release is going to be about, in the sense that even though tunneling concepts will be probably like 95% of the content of 4.4, it is expected that a few fixes as well gets in, probably from the buildings side of things. And so once that scope is defined, and we look at coordinating with the PSI team that will prepare the submission to ISO. So foresee an activity of, around these things till, so probably till June, something like this. And then on the more technical side of things, you might have not checked it, but we have example files relative to our own concepts in the 3 domains available, and we have checker has been updated as well. Ongoing discussions on a few things that we wanted to allow to not allow, so that has been added as well. And we've been adding templates, we've been adding usages as well that were missing somehow, both in our stuff and some were missing in 4.3 too. In 4.3 as well, sorry. So that is what we've been doing over the past months. And just for your information, we've been surveying our stakeholders as well in terms of their priorities when it comes to the availability of the tunneling concepts into pieces of software that they use or that they might be using, they might contemplate using moving forward. So I have that. I have received that from most of them, and we will be sort of compiling that in a statistical way to inform the software vendors what the expectations of the stakeholders are. And given that the stakeholders are an interesting, very interesting representation of what the industry is like in terms of their profiles, I think that would be given, again, probably an incentive to the software vendors for prioritizing and speeding up a bit the those concepts into their import-export facilities, capacities. Have I missed anything, Lars? Would you like to extend, I guess, Stefan?
No, I think that was quite comprehensive. And I mean, besides the property sets, small things happen with the actual schema as well while working with that. We discovered we need 1 or 2 new entities and a couple of predefined types here and there and so on. But yeah,
so
nothing. Yeah.
That was going to be my next question, actually. Was there any schema changes? Because I haven't detected any, but I haven't investigated very hard. So.
Yeah, I think they haven't been merged just yet, but there will be small schema changes as well.
Yeah. So if you do let me know when you do merge them, then I don't know, Lars, if you've still been or others have been using my toolkit for some of the example files, and maybe I've made it a bit harder for you because I've already done addendum to a 4.3 changes, which would still reflect in my 4.4 output. So maybe that's a problem. But anyway, look, if you do publish schema changes and want me to include them in my toolkit, then let me know. So
yeah, schema changes 34 minutes ago, 40 minutes ago, 43 minutes ago, 44 minutes ago, just a second, 2 weeks ago. Yeah. So yeah, the latest was a merge by feedback from ODA. Igor had some function related formatting that I merged just this morning, and the rest was 2 weeks ago. So let me actually, if you want the latest workflows, John, you can always filter them in our GitHub repository. Right. This is with the filter turned on. This is only the schema changes.
Okay.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Sergey, but I think that the changes in questions we would introduce are more like addition or some slight documentation updates, but no deletion whatsoever. I mean, this is we've left things in, and maybe some are completed with more domain-specific concepts, but we really I think I've avoided to suggest any deletions.
But it's changes from different directions, right? It's the sort of reconciliation with add to is one, and then we have these things like Igor discovered, and then we have our own, which is a result of what the work we are doing with properties. So yeah.
But I'm trying to keep them apart. So you have 2 links. The develop branch is 4.3 based, And the tunnel branch is 4.4 based, and I'm trying to keep them in sync. So what I'm doing is I'm merging all of the ISO process and stuff that Building Smart did. I'm merging into the develop branch, and that one's generating the schema for 4.3, and I'm merging the 4.4 into the tunnel branch. Eventually, of course, I also have to merge the develop back into tunnel. So if that's not up to date, just let me know. I try to always, when I merge into develop, also merge into tunnel, but it could happen that I forget because that one's manual.
Okay. Yep. So yeah, I'll have a look at those schema changes, but like I said, Lars,
Yeah.
it depends on what. Yeah, if the 4.4
Yeah,
doesn't include the ISO changes that my toolkit does, so things like well, anyway, look, you'll have to see. You should still be able to produce compliant files, but maybe we'll see. Maybe it's something changed that won't. So
I think it worked out so far anyway for me, and I think there are other people as well maybe using your library.
Yeah, I think
yeah.
We had some feedback from Ivar regarding that. He had some issues. I don't remember what it was, but I know that he found a workaround.
Yeah. Anyway, but and he can reach out to me as well if it's. I don't recall. Maybe he has, and I didn't respond. I'll have to check. But generally, if I get feedback like that, I do try and jump on it pretty quickly. So.
Good. Stefan, anything you would like to add? Very good. Okay. Okay. John, I hope that was informative.
Yep. Thank you.
Okay,
it's always
good.
nice to see you guys. So.
Likewise.
Yeah.
Likewise.
Likewise, yes.
Pleasure's all ours.
Well, I think that if we've covered what we could say today, then I suggest we just adjourn this one call. As I said, we'll restart these calls by second week of January. And for now, we are still thinking having both the early morning and the late evening calls, so that people can accommodate people's time zones.
Sure.
Okay. So with that, John, we wish you an enjoyable Christmas break.
Same to you all.
Thank you very much.
Merry Christmas. Go for a swim for us, please.
Don't worry, I've already been just before this meeting.
Then I will go on a skate for you then.
Great.
Please do that, Lars.